Hello and welcome to Passionately Intrigued Arts, and this is Tracy. Thank you for stopping by. If you've been here before, I appreciate you. And if this is your first time, I appreciate you as well. Today I'll be making a door wreath. This is a square wire wreath foam that I've purchased from the Dollar Tree. And it is 16 by 16. So I'll be using this frame. You'll need a ruler, not necessarily this type, but you'll need a ruler. This is my Fiskar ruler, a piece of foam board. I'll be using some zip ties, and these are 6-inch zip ties, some scissors, an X-Acto blade, a glue gun and glue sticks, and then of course bulbs of your choice. I'll be measuring out 4 strips of this foam board, and then I'll be attaching those to the back of the wire frame with these zip ties. I've gone ahead and done that and attached these strips with the zip ties. I'm not sure how many bulbs I'll need. I have never counted them, I just used them. I've purchased these in the past from Walmart, and what I normally do, or what I have done in the past, is stock up on these at the end of the season where they're normally half price. So I've had these in my supplies for a little bit, and I need to make this wreath, so I've chose these colors. This one is full of browns, all brown really, but just different shapes, and some have glitter, different little styles. And this one has the browns in it as well, with gold and like I don't know if that's a burgundy, looks like a burgundy color. So I always start off, and I'll do this off camera, but I pop the ends off. They're not necessary, they're plastic, and they come right off. So I'll be taking all these off, and then I'll be back to get started attaching them to the frame. I've taken most of the ends off, and I see that each one of these containers comes with 26 bulbs. Now, you don't have to get your bulbs from Walmart. I mean, you can get bulbs anywhere. You can get them from the Dollar Tree, Home Goods, anywhere. Big Lots, Ollie's, Michael's, Joann's. But your best bet is to wait after the holidays and get them on sale. So I think what I'm going to do is start with a base. I'm thinking of starting with a base with just the browns, but I'm not really sure. So let me just glue the first one and see where we go from here. And I just put some around this base because I want the end, this part of course, to go down. So I'll just start in the corner somewhere and attach my first bulb. It doesn't matter. I guess I won't just use browns. I'm going to use the glitter ones as well. So I'm going to put glue on the second one, and the ideal is to attach them close enough so that you can add glue in between and glue them on each other. Well, on this channel, you'll see the bloopers, right? You'll see the trials and the errors. We're going to scratch that whole project. I thought using that foam board would give me an extra base to hold these on. It's a no-go. So let me do as I did in the past. But I use the round frames. I've never used the square wire frame, but it's the same concept. So this is curved, and what I'm going to do is flip it over. We're going to try it this way. Make sure you cover your surface with something to protect it. I've got this cardboard because you're going to have a lot of glue going on. So I've flipped it over, and I'm going to start again, okay? So let me get that same bulb. We are not using the foam, the zip ties, or none of that stuff. Let me put some more glue on this one and just start over. I'm gonna glue it to this base, and I've turned, I don't know if you can see that, where this rests right here. Flip it over and give it some more glue onto this wire frame, gluing it in each spot that touches this wire frame. Okay? Do it like that. Let that cool for just a few seconds and start with my next bulb. I'm not even going to put glue on there until I sit it down. I'm going to sit it down and let this lip here that I've taken the little piece off, let that rest up against the frame. As such, you see how that's touching there? That's giving it something to hold on to. I'm going to flip this back over. And I'm going to use this glue gun and hit every spot that touches this frame. And this is the back side. Doing it just like that. Give that a few seconds to dry. And in the meantime, I'm going to have to move this glue gun over to the other side. But in the meantime, glue right in between these two so that they are adhered to each other to give it more stability. Hold them together and get your next bulb. I'm going to use this one. Sit that in there where that lip of the bulb is touching this outer frame. I'm going to flip it back over, pushing this bulb up against this other bulb, and then do the same thing. That glue hitting every spot that this bulb is touching the frame. So I'm gluing the bulb up against the frame. There, right here in the middle. And I'm gluing it on each side of that wire of the frame. And actually right here on this side, it is not touching that frame. So it's not necessary to use glue right there. Then go right in between the two bulbs and squirt you some glue. Then make sure that you hold these two bulbs together as that dries. Give it a few seconds. Flip it back over. And I'm using the back side of this frame so that these bulbs cradle in this curve and they'll hold better and be more secure. So I'm going to show you one more and then I'll complete this first row of bulbs and come back. So let me just alternate. I'm going to use a gold one now, I guess. Yeah, I was going to use all brown, but I'm not. I do need to mix them up. However, I mix them up. So place that bulb in, securing it with this lip, with this part up against the wire frame. Flip it over while holding and begin your glue process. So gluing on either side of that wire, right here where the lip of that bulb is, and then this middle wire frame, gluing on both sides. Then put your glue in between the two bulbs. Hold that securely together for a few seconds. And this is what we have so far. Now what? Figure out which one I want to use next. I think I'll put all round ones on the bottom. So maybe I'll do this pattern here. So I'll use, oh no, I have a shiny one like that. I don't know, let me figure out my pattern and put all these bulbs down. And I'll come back. I gotta take that one off. Maybe I'll do it like this. Let me just set them up to show you. We need a gold one. A gold one. Oh, I don't know. We're just going to set them up. You get the idea. Let me complete this all the way around and I shall return. Stay with me. We're going to get this done and get it together. Found a little easier way to do this. Keep it flipped this way. Just keep it flipped upside down. And my glue gun is on the opposite side. much easier for me to work instead of cross, to work with this glue gun on my right side. And this is how I'm doing it, upside down. Just place it there. You don't have to keep flipping over and over. Like I told you, this is trial and error. I learn as I go too. So learn with me. If you care to. Sorry, I didn't mean to sound so forceful. So forceful. If you care to. Learn with me. Okay, I'm back and I've made it all the way around the frame, which I can't put the whole frame in this camera, but I've made it all the way around. And this is the back. This is the back. So like I said, you make sure you are gluing to the frame, making sure that you glue in between and touching the bulb to every part that it's touching this wire frame. Then I flip it over as well and glue. You're going to use quite a bit of glue. I'm just making sure that I glue all the way around and touching every side of the frame that touches the bulb. And so this is what it's looking like so far on the front. Then what I'll do, since I've got this first layer on, is I'll take I pulled off along the way as many of the glue webs as I could. But you can take a blow dryer or a heat gun and just go over it lightly, and it will melt the rest of the glue webs. So I'll do that on top first. And that melts all the frays that you have. That melts all of the webs that you have hanging, that you haven't pulled off. And then I'll flip it over, and I'll do the same on this side. All the way around until I've melted all of those glue webs. Now when you're done with that, you flip it back over and you start building upon this frame. So what I'm going to do is use smaller bulbs and go into these spaces. So now I'm going to use these smaller bulbs, and I got these last year, a couple years ago, from the Dollar Tree. So I'll cut this open too, and I'm going to empty up into here. And these are more bulbs that I got. These I believe I got from Joann's or Michael's last year. Same size, and there's a few of them that are a little different. So to make it convenient, I just put them all inside this container. Now these, I won't be taking off this cap here. That one has something on it. I'm not going to use that one. I won't be taking this cap off. And what I'll do, let me get in the frame so you can see me. I'm going to place them in between, on the frame, in between each set of bulbs, larger bulbs. Yeah, I'm going to flip it over, hold onto the bulb, flip it over, put this in between the two bulbs and hold on to it. Then I'll just glue this bulb touching the frame in all these spots. And then where the bulb touches the bigger bulbs, go right in between there and add a little glue on both sides. Now this takes a little time because You have to hold these bulbs until this glue starts to dry. That's why I didn't do everything on frame, because it takes quite a while. But if you're patient, just take your time with it. Add your own flair. Use whatever colors you care to. Different sizes. It's going to be beautiful results. It's going to be really nice when I get done. So once that sets up a little bit, I just want to do the first couple so that you can see what I'm doing. Once that sets up a little bit, then I'll move on to the next one. Okay, it's holding. So I'll grab another one, and I can mix these up like I did before. So that's a matte one, and I'll use a shiny one. And do the same process. Stick it in between. Make sure it's touching on both sides here with both of the big bulbs. Small bulb touching, and then also touching to the wire frame. Do the wire frame first. It doesn't matter. And then squirt a little bit in between on each side to hold bulb to bulb. And I'll hold this pressing firmly until it sets. And once this one sets, I'll go all the way around off frame and then come back and show you. Now after I put all the small bulbs all the way around, I will flip this over and then I will add glue to the other side. I'll show you in just a moment. This one's taking a little bit of time. You use quite a bit of glue, but that's why I always use the long glue sticks. And I got these from Amazon. I think they're called AdTech, or I'll look them up and I'll put the link into the description. So these two have set, and once I get them all the way around, like I said, I'll flip it over and I'll take my glue gun and I'll put glue on this side in between each bulb, giving it a little more security. As such. So I'll be back after I go all the way around the inside of this frame with the smaller bulbs. Alright, I've gotten the inside done, and this is what it's starting to look like. And what I'll do now is probably add a little contrast. I have these kind of bulbs, and they are like a burgundy color. And I think I'm going to maybe put one in each corner. It kind of fits in there really good. I think that's what I'll do. And then I'll just keep building up and building around until I feel that I've had it filled in. I'll start with this corner, and I just place it in there and lift it up where it's going to attach to the other one and put some glue on there. Stick that down and then do each corner that touches the other bulb. I'll do this corner, set it in there and fit it the way you want it, then add your glue. So I put some on this bulb, some on this bulb, and some on this bulb. I'll do each corner, then I'll come back, lift it up, and secure it some more with some more glue. So let me just turn it around and do these other corners. So just sit it in there where it fits, and then just add your glue to each bulb and press it in there. Hold it down for a few seconds, and since I have this upright, it's sitting, I don't have to hold it until it dries. It's sitting in there pretty good. Let's see, one more. We'll do this corner, set it in there, see where it's touching, and add glue where it's touching the other bulbs. Give it a little pressure and let it dry. Now this set of ornaments came with this style as well. So, figure out where and how I want to place these. That's too close. Maybe I'll do like this. Let's see how that works. So, touch each piece of the these surrounding bulbs with some glue. I think I gotta get another glue stick. And I'm just gonna set that in there like that. And once I set all these decorative bulbs up, I will go back in and add more glue where needed. So let's see, maybe I'll put another brown one right here. I'll add glue to the surrounding bulbs. Set that in there. Yeah, it's gonna be cute. I'm still building up. I'm building up and building around. So I'm gonna turn it the opposite way, and I'm gonna put the other two brown ones right here. So place it in there so that I can see where I need to add the glue. Find the other brown one like that and do the same. And now off camera, I'll go around all of these and make sure that they're secured good. But this is what we have so far. Now when I say I'm going to go around and add more glue, I stand it up, and that way I can see from the back side and I can add glue to areas that I didn't when I had it flipped over the other way. So I just come in, squirt a little glue down in there where it's touching with all of these decorative bulbs, ornaments that I just added. Give them that security so that they don't get knocked off or bumped off. And I'll flip it over and do the same for this opposite side. When I get through with this, I'll take my heat gun. I'll pull off as many of the glue webs as I can, and then I'll take my heat gun and melt down the other webs, glue webs. Now I'll come in with either these small ones or a medium to fill in the areas in between these cone-shaped ornaments. So I have these burgundy kind of like clear ones, and then I also have some medium gold ones. So you're constantly building up and around, filling in gaps. Put a little glue there, a little glue here, and a little glue here, and stick that down in there. And what you didn't see on camera was this one here that I put on with the medium. This is a medium bulb. I need to get some right here in front. I'll turn it around and I'll do these right here. I'm going to put this one here and this one here. So I add to this front bulb first, put a little glue right there, and I can stick this in there and lift up to put the glue right here and put some right here. Put glue on this one, set it down, and put some in that area and this area. Hold it down. And I'll do this all the way around. Okay? So I'll add a few more, probably smaller ones, to fill in some of these gaps.
I speeded these clips up and put them together. I speeded them up quite fast, as this whole process of making this wreath. Took several hours, and I did not want to bore you any longer with gluing bulbs on. So I'm using quite smaller bulbs now to fill in these gaps all the way around. I made a bow, a wreath bow, and I'm attaching that with wire, and then I glue it down, fluff it out a little bit, and then now I have these red acrylic gems that I am filling in small holes and adding a little, just a little something like a little bling effect to the wreath, and placing them in the little smaller gaps that show. Then I'll be taking off all these strings from the glue using my hot glue gun and melting down what I don't get by pulling off. Now I'm making a hanger to hang the door hanger on with some of the ribbon left over from the wreath bow. Gluing it on, and then I'm wrapping wire around it. Now, I like to cover my backs because I don't like them to look ugly on the back as well, so I use strips of ribbon, I believe 2.5-inch wide ribbon, and I'm attaching it to each side. I then take a needle and thread, after gluing what I can glue down, a needle and thread, and attaching the ribbon to the frame just to hold it down and make it look so much better. Just so as not to have an ugly back. I like to cover up and make all things look pretty.
And she is complete. I finally finished her, and she turned out beautifully. I would love to keep this for myself, as I always do when I make things. I put some curls on the bow, on the ribbon. Yes, I always want to keep things for myself, but this is for a customer, so I can't. It's got to go. And so I don't think I have any more of these color bulbs in stock in my supply. I'll have to see what I have and make another one, but this one turned out gorgeous. Gorgeous. It takes a little bit of time, but it's well worth it. It's well worth it in the end. So tell me what you think. Please give me a thumbs up. Smash that like button. And we'll see you soon. Have a great day. Peace and love. And I'm out. Thank you so much for watching.